Привет, привет все. Hello everybody. Эй, где наш переводчик сегодня, Андрей? Андрей, нужно переводчик, потому что когда нужно, я могу немножко по-русски, но сегодня, нужно английский, on peut parler français, французский могу, или иврит, אני יכול לדבר איתכם בעברית אם אתם רוצים. По-русски сегодня, когда нужно много-много презентаций, это английский лучше, конечно. Вы знаете, когда есть хорошие, интересные новые связи, язык не нужно, потому что есть все возможно. Есть деньги, есть опыт, есть муж, жена, я не знаю. Где наш переводчик? Это хороший вопрос, а? Давай, сейчас вы все откуда? Вы все откуда, дамы и господа? Какой город? Я сейчас Москва, я сейчас мой квартир Москва. Перевод? Ага. So, моя команда говорит наш переводчик Андрей. Андрей, ты где? Ага, это интересно, хороший вопрос, а? Это очень-очень хороший вопрос. Окей. So, Hamburg, Kyiv, Riga. Ага. Организатор, пожалуйста, наш переводчик сейчас, он как гость, он не модератор, пожалуйста. Masha, please call them and help. Андрей Швайгард. Окей. Андрей, попробовать сейчас. Андрей, click on camera. Нужно, да, конечно, нужно переводчик сегодня, да? Дамы и господа, нужно или могу английский? Как вы думаете, можно или нет? Давай, ну. Эй, Андрей! Все хорошо, Андрей, конечно, все хорошо. Да, дамы и господа. Да, 10. Уху! Cool. Okay. Wow. Есть энергия сегодня. Супер. So, we're going to jump into English because it's going to make it a little bit easier for me. And I've changed the format of today's screen so that you can mostly focus on the video. And we can chat. Yeah, I think that's the important part. A couple of things I should mention. Number one, I don't want to give you guys a boring presentation today. You know, I make presentations all the time. It's very easy to find my presentations online. I do 150 of them a year around the world. And what I've understood is that sometimes people lose track of reality when they look at a presentation. They think that it's a template, it's a shablon for life, but it's not. Today, I want to be real with you guys and outline what needs to be done to make sure we end the year strongly. If you really want to see one of my other webinars with a presentation, just tell me later on and I'll be happy to send you my top 3 amazing webinars with a whole presentation. It might be easier for you. But today I was really inspired by the organizers of this event, and they told me how all of you are mature professionals who want to take things to the next level. You want to launch your business or a concept online, and that inspires me. Tomorrow in the morning, I'm heading to Miami. I have a meeting with Tony Robbins. Maybe some of you have heard about him. Now I'm curious to understand who you are here. If you really like Tony Robbins, put a 10. If you really don't like him, put a 1. I'm curious where you are, 1 to 10. How do you feel about Tony? Because for me in my life, I've had different mentors from Eckhart Tolle to Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, and Tony Robbins. And it's always really important for me to understand who it is that I'm talking to. And I've had a lot of luck to manage to work personally with all of them. And that has really helped me to understand how important it is to pick our teachers in life. It doesn't matter how old we are. Always pick your teachers. So today I want to give you some very, very simple, very easy to follow principles and step-by-step kind of guides and life hacks on how you can really launch your business online fast using strategic networking online. So first of all, let's just understand who we have with us today. Can you all, in 10 words or less, describe your business, please? Make it interesting, make it unique, help us understand what you do. По-русски можно, конечно, английский это лучше, потому что сегодня это тоже практика, наш урок английский, да, это бизнес-английский урок. Это как наш English Conversation Club. Отлично. Сегодня наш первый урок. And this is a very cool business idea. In every region in Moscow, we need English conversation clubs. People love connecting to speak a new language. Wow, Natalia, I love what you do. I help dogs by training their people. Wow. All of you who are doing info business and MLM, I love you and I hate you at the same time. No one wants to know that you're in a business of one word, MLM, info business. It's not interesting. Can you use other words to describe what you do to give it more heart and soul? Come on, you're Russians. You got deep souls. MLM. Come on. Tell people I connect with people on a regular basis and support them to create their own businesses. And in 10 words or less, I empower my network to become self-made entrepreneurs. Oh. Say that instead of saying MLM. Instead of saying info business, well, depending if you're an artist or a producer, but you could say, I accumulate life and world experience and empower people with business solutions or business, business blueprint or business life hacks or life, don't just say info business. Come up with something. Describe yourself. Now, this is so important because when you want to grow your business online or offline, it's so important that you know how to describe what you do that's attractive in other people's eyes and ears. People don't want to know just what you do, but people are interested in why you do what you do and where are you heading with what you're doing. Now, for many, many years now, I've been a big fan of both MLM and info business, as some of you might know. In the last 7 years, we have been working with the biggest info business leaders in the world. Some people tell me that I am also an info business man because a part of my business is selling my own audio and, audio recording programs, online programs. How many of you have seen any of my online programs maybe, or maybe you bought one of my online programs, maybe you bought my book? Say da. So except for being a businessman who loves to run different companies and create new businesses, of course, I focus a lot of my time to serve the country I live in. I love Russia. So, I spent a lot of time to see if I could work with universities and different schools to see how I can help the young generation. I work with different entrepreneurial communities for the older generations in 40s and 50s and 60s to see how we can help them flourish and share their wisdom with the younger generation. Of course, my big passion is to get on stages, to talk with people one-on-one coaching, or to have closed mastermind breakfasts or dinners. So let's look at a couple of examples of where networking really helps. Do you agree with me that you are who you are today because of your sviazi? Do you agree with a lot of the opinions of leaders in the world that you are an average of the 7 people who are mostly active around you? Would you agree with me that having 10 very powerful connections around you is much better than having 100,000 rubles? Do you agree or not agree with these statements? Tell me, da, niet. I need to feel interaction here, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta share the love. Yes, I'm gonna give you lots of love today, I promise. If you want more love, I'll give you as much love as you can handle. Now, what's most important is today in today's activity together, whenever you have any question, just put it in the chat and, I'll make sure to follow up with you guys and answer every question you have. On the top, you have this question section. Just click on that and leave the questions in there. So for me, I've understood that it's all about networking at a young age. When I was in my 20s, I moved from Canada to England, and this was before Facebook, and I found myself in a very uncomfortable position. Now, it might not look like it today, but I have always been, I am, and I will always be an introvert. Now, this is something you can always check online. There's a lot of free online tests where you could check your characteristics when it comes to networking. How comfortable are you in strangers' positions? Now, at that stage in my life, in my 20s, I was working in the banking industry in England, and I was new in the country, so I didn't really have any friends, and it was very challenging to make friends at the time because I was shy and I didn't really know how to talk to people. Now, have any of you been in a similar situation where maybe you moved to a different city and you were like, oh my God, I don't know anyone? Or you moved industries? Before banking, I was doing logistics with Walmart. So I was a completely new city, new country, and a new industry for me. Have any of you been in that position? Tell me about those changes in your life. Now, so for me, that was a very challenging position because I didn't know what I know today, so I was really stuck. Like on the weekends, I would spend most of the time alone walking around, and in the evenings, I didn't know how to make friends. Now, if you jump a few years down, what did I do during those few years that helped me become who I am today? How did I go from a guy who doesn't know how to talk to women and he doesn't know how to start conversations with businessmen to a guy that could talk to anyone, anywhere? I used to go to events and maybe come home with one business card because I spoke to like two people. I can now go to an event and I could speak to anyone and everyone at the event. Imagine you had that ability, that magnetic power to attract anyone both offline and online to you as a leader. Now, some of you have a business that's offline, for example, MLM and others. So how many of you are completely focused on offline business right now? Put offline. And if you're focused completely on online, write online. And if it's both, write both. And then we're going to get into a few cool questions, and I'm going to give you guys some, mind-blowing ideas that you can consider. Now, when it comes to online networking, it's really important that we have some goals, realistic goals that we set in front of us, because what's the point of building a network online unless we understand where it's going? So, for example, I have a personal Facebook account. I also have a business Facebook account, Gil Petersil, as a speaker. And then I also have Meet Partners and all the other companies also as a group on Facebook. Have you branded yourself? Are you a strong brand right now if I go and search for you on Facebook or on VK? So for example, if I quickly go to your page right now and I quickly scroll down, am I seeing powerful posts? Or if I'm seeing other people posting different random things on your page? This is just a very simple example of bad networking when you're allowing someone in your network to put things on your main page, which is basically branding you without your control. Now, something that I see very often happening is when I search for someone on Google or on Yandex. So if you went after this webinar, not right now, and you actually just put your name on Google or on Yandex, what do you get? Now, if your name is Ivan Ivanovsky, then maybe there's a few others just like you. But there is still a lot of tricks on how you could bring your name and your picture to the top. Now, what's very important is please understand, I am not a social media expert. I am not the best person on Facebook or VK. I don't even have my own VK account. But I have a LinkedIn account. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? This is a very interesting question because I know that some of you want to make dollars, right? You want to make euros. You want to have business internationally, right? It's nice to be thinking globally. I like having a business in Russia, but I like to be able to do business globally. Why not? If you have a LinkedIn account, say yes. If you have no LinkedIn account, say почему нет. Не скажи почему нет, like я хочу знать почему нет. They get it. So for me, this is a very simple example of online networking. Where do you network online right now? Facebook, VK? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Internations? Is it Small World? So many people thinking, what are all these networks, Gil? They're not even in Russia. Yes, they are. Some people are saying, why do I need LinkedIn? It's frozen in Russia. No, it's not. It's used by more than 2 million people every single day in Russia. People are saying, Internations, what is this? It's not for me. Internations are networking events online and offline every week in most cities around the world, including many cities where you're from. Because online, it's very easy networking. I'll be very honest. You need to create circles around you in life. If you got your 7, your 25, your 100, you're in a good position. You're starting well. If after the 100 you go after 1,000, that's awesome. It's a really, really good management of a network. Now let's do a quick audit. Who's in my network? Who's in your closest 7 people around you right now? Can you think about those names right now? Who do you like mostly call? If you check out your phone, you're always calling them, you're texting them. Who's these people who have the most amount of connection and influence on you? Very important. These 7 people in your life has a massive influence on your life, and you have to choose whenever you're ready. Do you want to replace any of them? Do you want any of them to step out and bring someone else new in? Now, why is this important to do an audit? Because I'm pretty confident that you want more this month, next year, both for you and for your family, right? How many of you are tired and you want to just grow? You want to go to the next level of life and in business? Tell me. I like feeling like that every once in a while because it makes me open up and up in a business. It makes me push up. It makes me raise my standards. Now, this is when it gets interesting. What's the new level for you? Tell me right now, what is this next level? Let's just say you're here right now. Now, a lot of people say, well, Gil, I want to be here. Медленно, медленно, пожалуйста. Who is in your krug? Who is in your связи right now? Are these people at this level or are they at this level? Now, a part of my life growth, I'm either helping my связи to move up or I move above them. I don't wait for them. So writing ya хочу is not enough. I want to know in 20 words or less, what is the next level for you? What do you see as that next level? Talk about 3 months. Don't talk about 3 years. In 3 months, what is that next level for you? I know that when people join my 3-month coaching strategy sessions, they have massive growth in 3 months. So I know the average person can do a lot in 3 months. I'm curious to know what you want to do in 3 months. Come on. Don't be shy. You got nothing to lose. Today, this is the ability for you to be open. Little tip. One of the most powerful ways to connect with people is to actually share with them your short-term goals. Remember, I know a lot of the do's and don'ts about networking in Russia. I've been doing it with a couple of 100,000 Russians over the last 10 years. Now, what happens in Russia is most people don't share their short-term goals with people. Most people don't even share their goals with people in general. And you know why? I've heard it 1,000 times. I don't want to tell them because I don't know who they are. I don't trust them. It might give me bad luck if I tell them what I want before I get it. They might steal my idea. Or they might think my goal is stupid. Blah, blah, blah. If you believe in your idea, be confident in your idea. You take action about it. I'm a believer that everything that I have achieved in my life, which has been a great 39 years, I have done with the help of someone or multiple people along the way. There's always someone who is co-creating our lives with us. Ladies and gentlemen, stop thinking too much and write down what the next level is. Come on. Remember, today I'm here for you. I can help you make a massive switch in your life if you're with me for 1 hour. If not, I'm happy to say spokojna noche. I got a nice flight to Miami tomorrow. I got nothing to sell you tonight. I don't want anything from you right now. I want to add value. I want to serve you because maybe one day I'll get you to meet you offline. Andrei, is that your phone? Андрей, пожалуйста, телефон. Да. Перерыв, Андрей, быстро. Все вода, пожалуйста. Есть вода? Все есть вода? На здоровье, да, вода нужна. Нужно стакан вода, нужно, бумага, чуть-чуть notes. Молодец, отлично. Ирина, окей, это интересно. Анна, молодец, да. Елена, 100 человек мой проект. Что это? Это цель, серьезно? Это не интересна цель. So, very important, when you put goals together, your goals need to have soul. Having just goals of saying, I want another 1,000,000 rubles, or I want another 100 people in my network, that's a boring goal. Now, when it comes to active networking, you need to bring many strangers into your network, and then slowly, only some will stay. But when you're setting up goals in your life, you need to set goals that inspire others when they hear it from you. I want to buy a tailor-made suit with my name and logo inside the jacket. I got 7. With my company logo and my name inside. I had that goal 3 years ago. I shared it with some people that it was something that was interesting for me. You know, back then I couldn't afford a tailor-made suit. Now I get them for free. Now, if you're active online and you want to inspire people to attract them towards you, tell them about your real goals. How many of you want to go to Disney World? How many of you want to buy a house in Barcelona or in somewhere in Spain? I don't know. How many of you want to be able to, give some of your time to charity or, make a difference in your local community or like mentor a few people? Think about writing goals down that would inspire your kids. They would inspire your mother or dad. They would inspire strangers that will say, wow, that's really special. And if they ask you how you're going to do that, then you tell them 100 more people in my network. I had some goals for the next 3 months with my family. We wanted to go and spend some time in Bali because we live now in Singapore. And when I shared it with some friends, and it was amazing that like within a couple of days, one of my good friends says, hey, Gil, I'm organizing a boutique small event in Bali. Why don't you come and be one of the speakers? You and your wife and the kids can even stay at our house. We have a very big house. Which means when you're building this network online, you're not looking for clients. You're looking for people you could serve. You're looking for people you can make a difference in their life. How can you make a difference in people's lives? Can you tell me? How do you currently really make a difference in people's lives? In simple words. I'm curious. And by the way, I hope that you're inspired as much as I am with some of the goals that people have. This is awesome. And by the way, very soon I'm going to go into the question section. So if you guys have questions, go in there because then I'll spend the rest of my time with you just answering any question you have. For me, it's just really important to share with you that, if you're adding value to people, if you're inspiring people, your online network will grow organically. If you're attracting people to you, you're not pushing people to buy something from you. And this is, I think, what real humanity is all about, is the ability to serve people and them checking you out online and saying, wow, I want to follow this person. He's adding value. So a couple of little tricks of what I do in order to grow my network and being able to work with a lot of people in my network. Number one, I'm always adding more people. I'm allowing people to join my network and all of my networks. I'm very, very open because I don't believe people want to harm me. And every about 6 months or so, I do what's called a cleansing, where I maybe delete some people off my network that are useless, they're not active, they don't respond, they don't have interesting content. It's just blah, blah. Now, an easy way to get people to want to add you is to be active in some of the groups, to become an expert, to ask them questions and comment things, and just be active in a few groups, and people would want to connect with you. It's really important to be able to add value within an online community, and I'll give you a couple of examples. So today it's at a different level because as an opinion leader, I have a team of people that helps me to communicate to a very big audience. But if I go back about 3.5 years, I didn't have a team. As Gil Petersil, I didn't have a social media business page. I did everything on my own. So what I did is I created this rituals. So like for every week, I would look for an interesting group connected to a topic that I want, whether it was business or entrepreneurship or marketing ideas, and I would join the group. So every week I would look to add 2 or 3, and every week I would consider to delete one old one. Now, what I also did is I used to spend 1 hour, sometimes more or less, depending on your schedule, and I would try to become active in these groups. It really comes down to discipline and it comes down to routine. So, like, do it when you're in the metro, do it when you're comfortable, but you need to become active. So you can, for example, look at people's comments or posts and you can add some nice words, be positive and ask open-ended questions. So for example, like, wow, that's exciting. What inspired you to get into this business? Or like, it sounds like a really good idea. Are you organizing any events soon? I'd love to attend. Or for example, it looks like you're planning a really good event. I would love to volunteer. Where can I register to join the committee? Or potentially, that's some really good insights. Is there a book that you can recommend where I could read more about it, or is there somewhere I could read more of information about you? So, I can come up with 1,000 of these because now they come out of me naturally. But in the beginning, I remember I actually had to write them down and come up with these things that I could say to people to get comfortable. So, what happens then is people start seeing you as a friendly, as a positive person, and they'd be interested in you. They'd be curious. Who are you? And then within the group chat, you can have a couple of chats to allow everyone else to see you, because then you become interesting for everyone who's looking. And then you can send a message, hey, I'd love to connect with you personally. Just sent you a personal message. And then you could do what's called build a follow-up strategy. How many of you know about follow-up strategy when it comes to business or emails? I'm curious. I just want to know what level of networkers we have here. I'll be very honest, I'm constantly auditing my level of network, and I actually believe I'm about an 8 on 10 maximum, sometimes even a 7.5. So I'm curious to know where you guys are in networking. So if you don't have a follow-up strategy, then business is very tiring for you sometimes. You feel like you're doing everything yourself, I know. Again, today I'm not here to sell you anything, but if you want to check out my website later on, there's a whole program about strategic following up and learning how to build stronger and stronger relationship with new connections. Building a strategy, a strategic follow-up will allow you to understand who do you connect with again, when do you connect with them, how often should you connect with them. And this is extremely important because once you have a good strategy, it's very easy to hire an assistant that would help you do that. And then instead of following up with 50 people a week, you can follow up with 500 or 1,000 people a week. It becomes so much more bigger. Your business just goes times 10. So remember, first of all, you got to join a few groups online, become active, do what's called leave a digital footprint. Second of all, try to start creating connections with different people and build yourself a follow-up strategy with them. Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Check, check. Да, все хорошо? Да или нет? Да, 10. Андрей? Sorry, маленький проблем. Извините, пожалуйста. So where were we? 1, 2, 3. The third thing you really want to do once you've built up this follow-up strategy with people you then really want to think, how can I add value to these people? So it's almost like in a varonka, they will slowly, slowly come towards me. They're interested in buying something from me and working with me and partnering up with me. Now, I'm personally not a big believer in hard sales, like bring them all down the varonka. I believe that, if we act like humans who are really trying to make a difference in people's lives, and you really add value and you share good content, they will follow. Like, it's almost like, translate that part. It's almost like the universe is going to help them get closer to you. I don't know how to explain it. How many of you sometimes feel that you meet someone and it's like, oh my God, I don't like them? But sometimes you meet people and it's like a magical connection. You know what I mean? That happens to you, right? So this is called human frequencies. And this is actually a science, and this is something that I'm studying right now with some massive people in the world to understand how can I tweak your frequencies like a radio and make you more attractive in the eyes of others, make you more magnetic. So I see that we have some really cool questions. I want to actually I want to answer some of them if you guys don't mind. So before I start answering them, let me tell you my rules with questions. Oh, Андрей. Это интересно, пруфи, Proof me. Где наш Андрей? Андрей. Нужно еще 4 вопроса. Нужно 10 вопросов, пожалуйста. 10 вопросов. Нужно 10 хороших вопросов. Да, есть 6 сейчас. Окей, еще. Где Андрей, нужно еще 30 секунд. О, Андрей. Да, it's okay, Андрей will come back. Come on, 6. Только 6 вопросов, я? Ну, серьезно. 7, no, 7 нету. Только 6. Окей. Вопрос это хорошо. Где наш друг Андрей? Андрей, все хорошо? Андрей. Еще чуть-чуть вода. И вопрос. Есть 7 вопросов. Молодец. Спасибо. Это кто? 7. Это Ирина Каска. Спасибо. Есть 8. Ирина Москва. Отлично. Давай 9. Come on, 9. Let's go. Хороший вопрос. Come on. Come on. No, только 8 вопросов на 100 человек. Ну, почему нет? Окей, 9. Woo! Who is this? Айгул. Woo! Alexander. Андрей. Boom. Андрей, извините. Извини. Whoa. Stop. Только 10. Stop. Stop. 10 хорошо. It's okay. But нужно наш переводчик, maybe нужно еще переводчица есть? Маша или другой девочка, пожалуйста, помочь? Да? Или организатор, пожалуйста, помочь? Это нужно? Где наши друзья? Есть сегодня переводчица или переводчик? Это интересно. Нужно еще одну минуту. Technical difficulty. Маленький проблем with Андрей. Андрей. No? Одну минуту, да. Окей, одну минуту, можно еще вопрос. 14 вопрос, а? Андрей is coming back. Андрей, нужно, Маша, maybe you come back? Маша, ты хочешь переводчик? Переводчица? Нет? Да? Нет? Maybe? Ага. Андрей Швайгерт. Пожалуйста, Андрей. Come. Окей. Окей. Андрей. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm trying, guys. Okay. So, hey. Whoa. Andre, come on, man. Okay. Let's go through some questions, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? We're going to do a question marathon. One little thing. So it's very easy to find all the information about me everywhere. If you're going to ask a question about you. Let me help you. You know, there's everything about me you can find in my book. It's like the web is full of it. GilPetersil.com. So Tanya, how did you start your active career? What did you do? So my first business, I was very young. I was about 13, 14 years old, and my dad helped me get some radio cassettes, and I sold them in a shopping mall. But that was not my first career. When I was 15, I got my first official job, and I was working in telemarketing over the summer. And my first big job when I was 18, I was working in a logistics company doing different services for Walmart all over North America. But I have changed my industry and my country so many times. I love change. I think it's healthy. It helps us grow. Elena asks a very funny question. Funny. What number of people should you have in your social network to be successful in business? There is no number. I know people with millions of followers that don't know how to make money. I know many business people who are not even in social media who are making millions. It's not how many numbers you have and how many followers you have, and it's how do you engage them? Do you treat them like humans? Are you trying to sell them or add value? Um, So this is interesting. Marina, maybe you can read these questions directly in the question section yourself. Andrei, look at Marina's question, по-русски. On the top, it says questions. Marina. On the top. Go to the top. Go to the top. Third question. No. No, по-русски, Андрей, по-русски. Я знаю английский, да. So this is a really cool question, Marina, and very practical one. And many times in life, we might be in a situation where we have a very high level person in society or in government or in business right there next to us. And we want to start a conversation, but maybe we believe that our status is lower than theirs. Now, first of all, if you jump into one of my programs, whether it's the Strategic Networking Academy or my personal coaching program, I help you take out the status mindset. I know that in Russia there is a very serious status mindset. I took it off. So I could do business with billionaires and not drink any alcohol with them because I don't. I could see Richard Branson sitting right there, and I don't mind to go and start a conversation with him and get him to give me his business card in less than 2 minutes. I don't mind being persistent with someone like Steven Seagal. And even though he didn't respond to me a few times on WhatsApp, now he's talking to me on WhatsApp and he wants to meet up for lunch the next time I'm in Moscow in 2 weeks. So Marina, your question, you said, how do you draw attention to yourself? Wrong approach. If you don't think you're attractive enough or interesting enough in their eyes, then they're not going to find you attractive. There's 3 little tricks that you could do, but you really need me to work with you on this. This is not a one day, of course, thing. You're asking me how to play the violin, how to learn to play the violin in 1 hour. So, first of all, you must take out the they are here and I'm here. Easy way to do that is to remember they're human, they go to the toilet, they need food, they have pains, they have motivation. Number 2, if you can and you know this person, do some research quickly. Try to find out what project they're working on. Try to find out what's maybe important for them. Come up with a really powerful question that you can ask them to start a conversation. In my new program, Strategic Networking Academy, I actually walk people through what sort of questions you can ask people in order to start great conversations. And number 3, which is the most important one, don't give yourself negative thoughts in your head. Don't fuck yourself in the head. Excuse my language. Because most people, when you're talking to someone high level, you're saying negative things in your head. Be honest right now. Come on, tell me, which one of you thinks, why am I talking to him? Why is he listening to me? What am I going to say to him? How many of you say empowering thoughts, motivating thoughts? I'm a great leader. I'm an interesting person. People love talking to me. Let's go to the next question. And Marina, that was such a cool question. Like, I need so many hours to show you really how to do it. But I try to give you a short answer. We got Lena's question. По-русски, Andrei, только по-русски. I can see it in English. Again, sorry, Lena. It's the same question like was asked before. It's not, it's not about the number of people. It's about how you treat them and how you manage them. Think about that. It's not number. In order to have good quality, you need to start with quantity, but it's all about what's going to come out of your heart. We have another question from Elena after how to invite major speakers to such conferences. Very, very easy. First of all, you need to have some really cool connections that can get you directly to the speakers. If you're doing a cool event, feel free to ask me or my team. We love connecting people with speakers. Most of the biggest speakers that come to Russia somehow came through our connections. Maybe before you heard that one of my companies is called Meet Speakers. Basically, we help you meet any speaker you want. Easiest way for you, really, if you want to have anything to do with me, just get in touch with me. I'm an easy guy to get in touch with. I love connecting with people, and if it's not directly with me, you'll connect with someone from my team. Don't all email me in the middle of the night, but this is my email address, ask@gilpetersil.com. Feel free to send me something if you need my help with something. Irina asked a good question. In which case do you decide which event to participate in? What criteria do you follow? This is very good. By the way, I'm sorry. How much time do I have left to the organizers? Please, because your audience here put some really powerful questions, and I love them. I'm happy to answer all of them, but I just want to respect time, of course. Okay, so I was told I got 10 minutes left. I'm going to go quickly. So first of all, criteria on an event is really important. It all depends on what your short-term goals are. Who am I looking to meet in the near future? What sort of people are going to be attending this event? What is the format of the event? Is it very loud music, or is it just one speaker, or is it just a random event where I have to walk up to people? So we all have different criteria. It really all depends on what your networking goals are. And this is really important, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to take anywhere from me today, please, you need to have a strategy for your networking. It doesn't matter where you are in life. This is the one thing that can help you grow. You know, it doesn't matter what size business you have, or if you want to start a business. It doesn't matter how old you are, if you're, a mother with 3 kids, or if you're single. It doesn't really matter. What matters is, who are the people around you, and do you understand that you maybe want to replace some of them with someone that could take you to the next level? Why am I so confident in this? Because for so many years, I'm doing this in different parts of the world, but it's always Russia that brings me back here. Like, I'm in love with you guys. You know, like, my wife is Russian, and my clients are Russians, and my team is Russian. Russia keeps on pulling me back here and saying, come on, Gil, Russia wants to network better. Let's work together. Let's do it. Let's build partnerships. Let's go to Natalia's question. How do you deal with your family if they are not supporting? Natalia, that is a very deep and very important question. I appreciate you asking that. Now, I wish we had more time, but I'm going to give you the short answer. For most of my life, my family didn't support me. And it's really until about maybe 3 years ago, when my parents actually both came to visit Moscow at a different time because they're divorced, and saw me on stage, that finally, for the first time ever, they supported what it is that I'm doing. For most of my life, my family didn't understand what it is to be an entrepreneur, and why are you traveling so much, and why are you taking such risk? Why don't you go and be more like your brother and get a stable job? I'll be very honest, it wasn't easy, but a few years ago, I really had to distance myself a little bit from my family, and, not talk to them as often, because I had to make time to connect with people who believed in me, and people who wanted to see me grow, and, people who are more like me. And it was very difficult, I'll be very honest, because, family wanted to connect, and I missed them sometimes. But about a year and a half ago, I actually opened up to my mom, and I told her, you guys were driving me crazy. You didn't allow me to become who I am today. And they did it because they loved me. They just didn't want me to get hurt. They didn't do it because out of like a negative reason. They love us kids, right? So they don't want us to do something crazy. Today I do business with my wife. She's my best friend. It's the greatest gift in the world. And if you want, one day maybe we could teach you how to build a business with your family. My wife is very inspired to launch a product for power couples, people who are in a relationship and they want to do something together. Check out my wife, Gil Petersil. You'll find her on Instagram. She's cool. Tell her I said hi. Let's look for a couple more questions and I'm going to say goodnight. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting. How long have you been teaching people on the internet? What problems did you encounter at the very beginning? Thank you, Anna. So I'm okay with messing things up, with failures. Today, I actually teach this at some universities. I call them successful failures because I've taken some very strong, powerful lessons from them. So for me, from early on, the webinars were not of good quality. The videos were not as good. Things were not as natural. Now I'm doing it from the heart. I love it. I love you guys for being here with me. How many of you guys are having fun? How many of you wrote some notes that are potentially interesting and maybe a little bit of an insight? Write one insight you took away from today. That's going to give me warmth in the heart. Nice. Okay, more. Come on. What insights? Come on. Nice. Okay. Cool. Well, listen, for me, there's quite a few more questions that we didn't get to answer, but my team just suggested something if you want. If you guys are interested, I'd be very happy to connect with you. Now, some of you might have heard about Messenger or Facebook chatbots. What you could choose to do is go on this link that I've just sent you and send me one word on Messenger. Sviazi. 3 things that I'll do for you. One, over the next few days, I'll find time to answer all of your questions in a video and I'll post it for you. Number 2, if you have other questions connected to maybe working with me or connected to really growing globally, I'll be happy to invite you to another session because I love doing group sessions, smaller groups, maybe 10, 15 people where we talk together for a few hours. And number 3, if you organize any events coming up, tell me in advance because if I'm in Moscow, I love doing it. This is something I do from the heart. It's fun. It's great. It's serving. But remember, I live in Singapore, so I'm in and out of Moscow a lot because I got a home here. I love my library here in Moscow, and I enjoy working with Russians. There's something that is still undiscovered and special. And I still believe that there's still this massive potential inside some of you that you're not opening up because of a fear of networking. I don't want you to be afraid of networking. I want to help you open things up so you finally get what you deserve. For me, I take pleasure in helping people end, for example, a strong year like 2018, feeling proud and successful. One of the greatest things you could do this evening before going to sleep is make a post on social media and say, what do you feel most proud of in 2018? And why do you believe today you are successful? And remember, success is not just money. Why do you believe you are successful today? And you can always say, this is a Gil Petersil challenge. So, hey, what do you guys think? Give me some comments. So it's interesting. You might actually have some very interesting comments from your followers on social media. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be talking a lot more about how to end the year feeling proud and successful. I'm tired of meeting people who are not proud of their amazing achievements and people who always think that success is just money. All I need is 3 months with you, and you will feel proud and successful all the time, especially when networking. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for our fabulous organizers today. I appreciate that. Thank you, Andrea, our super perivochik. If I can somehow be of service to you to help you take things to the next level, to make sure 2019 is awesome, let's get in touch. And if you want to somehow serve me, that link I sent you with that password Sviazi, share it with 5 people who you want to believe that you want to give them better Sviazi relationship. Because if you're only thinking about yourself, you're not going to grow fast enough. You must always think of others as well. I'm thinking of you right now. Thank you. Спокойной ночи. До свидания.